Hello and welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. This is not the cutest look to kick off this week's vlog, but I just got out of a spin class and that is really the start to my weekend. As I mentioned last week, I am going to be doing weekly vlogs during 2019, vlogging almost every day. I'm not promising every day because there might just be some days that I don't pick up the camera, but for the most part every day. And I'm starting them on the weekends because that's really where the bulk of my differentness comes from. That sounds funny, but the bulk of things that make my week different is on the weekends because I work 9 to 5. So my weeks are pretty consistent. It is Saturday the 5th and I just got done taking a spin class and I really loved something that my instructor said. And she said, new year, but not a new you, just a stronger you, which I just really liked because I feel like everybody does this whole like, oh, new year, new me. I'm like, no, you're the same you. You can change things and you can have resolutions and have goals and try and make 2019 different than 2018, but you're not a new person. You're still the same you. I still have the same bad habits and the same bad tendencies that I need to work on, but I am just attacking them in a little bit of a different way. So here is to another great week. I'm so excited for today. I am going to a spa day thanks to Sam. That was my Christmas present, to go to a spa. So I'm getting a manicure, pedicure, a facial, and a massage. So I don't know how much of that I'm gonna film because I don't really know. That might be kind of weird. Like, I mean, maybe like the pedicure. Maybe I'll capture that for you. Otherwise, I probably won't film a whole lot. Like maybe the outside of the spa, what it looks like. But before that, I need to get home and I need to shave my legs. Oh, my legs are in a great state of, it's winter and nobody can see them, so I'm just not gonna shave them. But people are gonna touch them today, so I should probably get on that. Well, that was just the most amazing thing, or like that Sam could have gotten me. So I started, the order they did it to was great. So I started with the mani-pedi, which felt like the most like work. That sounds so stupid. The one thing though, I was getting the manicure done while I was getting the pedicure done, and so I had to like twist and hand her my hand because she was on one side of me. So it was kind of annoying. And then was the massage, which was awesome. And then the facial. I have actually never gotten a facial before and it was amazing. It was amazing. Like that's the one thing that I was like, I want to go back. And the woman I had was incredible. The place was great. And I like looked at the prices afterwards and it wasn't too crazy. So I might go back, or if you're in or around the city and you have any recommendations for facials, I am happy to take them. So I'm heading home now, filming from inside the beautiful new 2nd Avenue subway since I know it's raining outside, so I gotta get this done before we get out there. So I was gonna go out tonight, not out, but I was gonna go leave the apartment to watch the Cowboys game, but the person I was gonna go with kind of bailed on me, and Sam has a prior commitment. So I thought, well, I could go by myself and just go to like a bar nearby and watch it. But now that my face feels nice and clean, I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of just want to let my face breathe and watch it from my couch. And I never got around to organizing my stickers last night because I hung out with Sam and I need to get that done so that I can film it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna sit on my couch and watch Cowboys and play with stickers. Okay, I forgot to mention, the place I went to was called Vada Spa, like V-A-D-A. It's in the, like the West Village area, kind of right by Washington Square Park. And it was great for the facial and the massage. The nails weren't the greatest I'd ever had. Like they're not the best. It's not the best nails I've ever gotten. And for the price, like you can go get your nails done for less expensive at better quality in New York City. And then they also did hair. I sort of felt like they kind of did too much. Like, do you really need to be a nail salon and a hair salon and a massage and a facial? And they also did laser hair treatment. I was like, that's a bit much. Maybe you should just focus on like one. But the massage was great, but the facial, I just can't rave about it enough. I didn't even put my cowboy shirt on. Like I didn't even change. But it's okay, because it'll be clean for next weekend when I need it, right? I am sitting at home watching by myself, which is probably better because then I can like yell and scream at the TV all I want. And I just think it's funny. I'm like switching back and forth basically between texting my two parents. Like they are both big Cowboys fans, both big football fans, and like literally that's all I'm doing is texting them, both of them, while I watch this game, which is sort of awesome. We're getting close. There's about 10 minutes left and they're up and they're in the red zone. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to jinx it, but go Cowboys. They scored. Again, not getting my hopes up because there's still time on the clock. And who knows, maybe the Seahawks will pull out something crazy. But the funniest part about all of this is if everything works out the way it's supposed to and the Bears beat the Eagles tomorrow, then the Cowboys are going to play New Orleans. And the game is next Sunday afternoon. And my mom's going to be here next weekend. Any of the other 3 games, and we'd be able to watch it together. But Sunday afternoon, she's going to be headed to the airport. It's just such a huge bummer that she won't be able to watch. Like, that's the one game. But she's not going to root for the Eagles. But on one hand, like, if the Eagles won and we got to watch the Cowboys on Saturday night against the Rams, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I spoke way too soon. They just scored a touchdown. Okay. They did score a touchdown, but their onside kick was so bad. And that guy is a Longhorn. So, in all fairness, the Seattle kicker went down early in the game, but their backup kicker went to Texas, and he's an amazing punter, an incredible punter. But his kicking skills are not all that great. And, I mean, so he had a terrible onside kick. And as a Cowboys fan, I'm really happy. As a Longhorns fan, I'm like, oh, dude, what was that? But they won. The Cowboys haven't won a playoff game in so long. I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch next week. I'm going to call it a night because I'm exhausted. Sam's still not home, though, and I hate going to bed when he's not here. I feel like I just don't sleep as well knowing that, like, the door's going to open and he's going to come home unless, we'll see. I just asked him when he thinks he's going to be home. He hasn't answered yet. Hopefully it's soon. So I feel like the first part of my morning sort of exemplified something that Sam from Happily Housewife talked about. She talked about it both on Cindy's podcast as well as in a video that she made about the podcast. But she said something about the fact that her vlogs aren't necessarily the best parts of her life. And that sounds funny because it seems like the best things that happen you're going to document and you're going to want to pick up the camera for those. But the truth is the best moments, usually you're just in the moment and you're living in the moment. And that's sort of what my Sunday morning was. I had intentions to pop out of bed and do all these productive things. But the truth is I just had a super lazy morning with Sam, and he made breakfast and we just kind of chatted and fell back asleep for a little bit and then just hung out some more. And we didn't turn the TV on. That was like the most amazing part of that, because what we used to do on Sunday mornings was like, somebody would go make breakfast and then we would turn on whatever show we're watching. And we didn't do that. Some of it was just us reading. We each read our respective books and we laid next to each other. And it was just a really nice morning. And obviously I didn't pick up the camera or film any of that. So now I have a to-do list ready to go, and I'm going to start. Well, I've started checking some of them off. So let me show you the state of my apartment. So I did wash all the brushes. I got that done. And I did not touch this, but I think I'm going to ask Sam to do the dishes since that's usually what he does. So this is the current state of my desk. I'm trying to catch up on a few things. It's all kind of a mess over here. Sam went to go meet with somebody and like literally left his computer and the blanket out. It's kind of a mess. And then the bedroom is also a disaster. I'm going to wash the sheets today. So I didn't make the bed yet, so I can take the sheets off. There's the kitty. And then look at this disaster. So I've been trying to clean these shelves. That was like the declutter item for the weekend, but I got through the top two and this is what's left. So I've got to finish that today. There's a lot of things on my list left to finish today, and I need to film some things, but it should be, oh, that's not pretty. It should still be a relatively relaxing Sunday. I'm going to watch some football and hopefully check all those things off on that to-do list. It is Monday morning and it is cold here in New York. It's like in the 20s, freezing. But I guess I shouldn't complain about the weather. We have had a relatively mild winter thus far, but it is cold today and it's Monday morning. And I feel like I totally lied about something. Okay, I didn't lie, but I didn't know when I made a comment on the last weekly vlog, which was that I thought the bulk of my footage was gonna be on the weekends. Now this weekend may have just been a slight exception because I didn't do anything all that, I don't wanna say exciting, because I did things that were really great, but things that I wasn't gonna film, like going to the spa for 3 hours or sitting in bed and relaxing with Sam or watching a lot of football. I watched a lot of football this weekend and I didn't film any of that. I actually had very little footage for this weekend. So maybe what I said wasn't totally true, or maybe it was just this past weekend, because this upcoming weekend, my mom is coming to visit. So I'm anticipating a good bit of footage. So we'll see. I guess it will all depend. I still like my plan to start on Saturdays and then upload the following Sunday. I'm not gonna change that. I just thought it was really interesting that my first weekend vlogging and I didn't have a ton of footage and didn't have a lot of things to film. So anybody else expect this high scoring of a game? Like, I was actually expecting this to just be a boring defensive showdown. Not, well, I guess one of the scores was defensive, but like, I cannot believe it hasn't even been 5 minutes and there's already been 3 touchdowns. So I went to update my January tending list, my power sheets, and after I finished checking everything, I was like, I should have filmed that. But I wanted to chat with y'all because I do think one of the big things about the power sheets that I am hoping to provide some value over the course of 2019 is how to implement them in your everyday life. And so thought I would mention that I added a category under weekly action items that is check and update power sheet. And that is because every week I want to make sure that I'm checking the things off. Now I am checking them off in my Erin Condren. These are happening on both of these actually are happening on my monthly notes page, and then these are happening on my habit trackers. But I want to make sure that I keep this updated too, and I'm not going back at the end and just updating it then, just because I feel like checking things off here too and adding stickers will just make me happy. So I decided to add this category, and then I'm checking some of these things off. I did not do some of these things last week that I was supposed to. I'm gonna try and double up on them this week, and I'm gonna count them if they do. If I do get them done, let's say by Wednesday, and I do it again over the course of the weekend, then I'm gonna count it. But you know what? If there are some blank checks, I mean, there's already blank checks here. Like, I didn't close my rings on, no, did I close them on? I closed them on Friday. I missed it on Saturday and Sunday. I mischecked that. So, I mean, there's going to be empty spaces, and that's okay. That is why I have this quote. Small progress is still progress. And I just want to, continue to encourage myself to make progress on my goals. And even if there's blank checks, it's all right. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is the sweetest happy mail. So a subscriber sent me an email asking if I had a P.O. box. And I don't have a P.O. box for a couple of reasons. The biggest one, honestly, just being that P.O. boxes in New York City are so expensive. I've looked into it. I can't justify it, especially for one that's big enough for boxes, which seems like it's the point. And then they said that if it gets shipped, and somebody can correct me if I'm saying this wrong, but that if they get shipped UPS or FedEx, the post office, because that's where your P.O. box is, it's at the post office, they won't hold the package for you. They'll only hold the package if it's USPS. So I don't know if that's true. I didn't do a ton of extensive research. I just did a little bit. But the other reason is I work for a super large company, like tons of people, a ton of security, and I don't mind giving that address out because honestly, you could Google it. Like, I tell you the company that I work for, and if you Googled that company in New York, you would find it. And so I don't mind giving that out. Like, they don't know what floor I work on. They don't, like, they'd have to get past so much security if somebody were to really do some damage with that address. So I don't mind giving my work address out to people if they want to send me something, if they send me an email and they ask. And so a subscriber sent me an email and she said, I don't want this to be creepy, but I have something that I found while I was cleaning and I thought that you should have it. And this is just so sweet. So when I did the drink with me, that's what I'm gonna call it now. It was not actually a drink with me. I was making some of my favorite drinks as part of Vlogmas, and I realized that I didn't own any martini glasses. I remembered that I did used to own one, but it had a bunch of decorative stuff on it. It was for my sorority. So it had like my letters and my Big's name and whatever. It was very cute, and it broke recently, actually. which was really sad. But moral of the story, I still only had one. And so I wouldn't have had a martini glass for Sam. And so she sent me 2 martini glasses and they made it here in one piece. And she sent me a sweet card. So thank you so much, Jen. Things like this just make me so happy. And these will find a place on my bar cart because they will probably boot something stupid that I have there that I don't need, because I do need 2 martini glasses for next time I make French martinis for Sam and I. Do you know it's being a grown-up? Texting your mom and saying that, I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. Do you need me to pick you anything up? Because she's coming to visit. That's what moms do. Moms pick you things up at the grocery store when you're coming to visit. I feel like such an adult. Also, while we're here laying on the couch, I also clearly haven't changed from work, which I should do. A couple of people have messaged me that the sticker backings that you can just buy, they do exist. I tried to Google for them today and I had no luck. I clearly didn't know what to Google, but I've gotten messages from people that have sent me both full-size sheets and half-size sheets. So if you watch my sticker collection video, you know what I'm talking about. I will link those below. I am so excited. I'm going to wait to order them until I'm like ready to redo my sticker thing, because I am so guilty of like ordering something from Amazon to like organize something and then I don't get to that project right away. And so then the Amazon box just sits there and like collects dust, and that's not good. That's adding more clutter to the problem. Like for example, today. So when I was cleaning over the weekend, I was like, we need more Playbill binders. I bought Sam one for Hanukkah 2 years ago, I think, and it's bursting at the seams, and those are just his, not mine. Mine don't have a home, and his is bursting at the seams. So I ordered 2 more from Amazon because I was like, I'm gonna do 3, and it's gonna be like his shows, my shows, their shows. Not necessarily shows that we've seen together, but shows that we've both seen. We'll go in one, shows that just I've seen will go in the other. That one's going to be really small and pathetic. And then shows that just he's seen will be in one, which will be huge. Either way, I got all excited. And then they arrived today, and I didn't have time to get to them today. So now I have this giant Amazon box sitting in my living room that doesn't need to be there. So anyway. Okay, rant over. I'm going to go back to the football game, which is ridiculous. Like the Vegas over-under was 58. And we're already at, can I math today? 42. And it's not even halftime. How's that for odds? Whew, finally out of work and headed to Trader Joe's. Today was crazy. I felt like I was in meetings literally all day, just like one right after the other. It was just a little bit crazy, but I felt like I didn't actually get any work done, like any normal work. But I'm headed to Trader Joe's and I debated, so I was making my list, and last week they were out of a lot of stuff. They were really picked over last week. It was kind of crazy. And one of the things that I normally get is the zucchini noodles, like the frozen zucchini noodles, because when you put them with like pasta sauce and meatballs, it doesn't usually taste like zucchini anymore. But they were out of them, so I got the carrot ones instead. I think I like the carrot ones better. They were a little bit like harder, like more al dente, not al dente because I cooked them, but they were, you know, they just have more structure, I feel like, than the zucchini ones, and they're a little bit sweeter. They have a little bit of a sweetness to them, and I don't know, I kind of think I like them better. So I'm trying to decide if they have both, which one I'm gonna get today. I mean, clearly people must prefer the zucchini because that one's usually more picked over than the carrots. And the carrots I think have a little bit more calories, but like, we're comparing zucchinis and carrots. I also wanted to share with you my word of the year thing for the week. I need to come up with a better name for it. That's a lame name, word of the year thing. So we talked about this last week on the vlog, but what I'm gonna do each week during the weekly vlog is find a time in the week where I embraced my word of the year, and I'm gonna share it with you, and in return, I'm gonna ask you to share with me one time that you embraced your word of the year this week. I've been loving the responses from last week so far. Maybe one of the things I'll do is share a response from the prior week. Would you guys like that? And if you don't want to, I don't want it to keep you from commenting. Like, you're commenting publicly, but I kind of want to, like, you know, pop up oh, this person shared and this was really great. Well, I don't have one ready to go for right now. I'm gonna share with you mine. And that was today at work, we had a welcome breakfast for a couple of new people that joined our team. That's like a thing that we do when people join the team. We have a welcome breakfast and then everybody like introduces themselves. The team, so I work for a really large company, but the team that I work in New York is only like 25 people, give or take. So there's a lot of us in Kansas City that are part of our team, but our New York team is only 25 people. So when a new person comes, it's like, you gotta meet everybody and go around the table. And today our thing, like normally you do like your name, how long you've worked at the company, where you work. And today our thing was name something, either a fun fact or something that you miss about your hometown. So I talked about how much I miss food in San Antonio, Texas. Oh, what I wouldn't do for some barbecue or Tex-Mex. Okay, I got really off topic. Anyways, the breakfast they have like an array of things. Like they have coffee and they have tea, they have juice, and they have fruit and yogurt, cereal, and then a whole slew of like baked goods, pastries, muffins, bagels, the whole nine yards. What I used to do when I would go into these things, I would get coffee, flood it with milk and sugar. I would usually pick up like a pastry of some sort, whether it was a bagel or like a muffin, and I might get some fruit, or I might get like a really sugar-filled yogurt, or maybe even the cereal with milk. Either way, it was not good. And sometimes I'd actually already had breakfast, and this was like my mid-morning snack. So today I got tea, no milk and no sugar, just tea and fresh fruit. And that was what I took. That is all I took from the breakfast. I thought about making it like, I'm gonna go in and not have anything, but like, first off, that's not realistic. I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna sit here and chat with these people. Like, I'm gonna get something from the spread. But I felt really excited about the decision that I made and how it was a very small decision, but that little piece of progress, that little bit of progress will add up over time. All right, truth time. My routines, my evening and my morning routines have not been going as planned the past couple of days. Part of it is I have been going to bed way too late, just for various reasons. I feel like Sundays are sometimes harder to get to bed late or get to bed early because I slept in. So falling asleep on Sunday nights can be hard. And then Monday night we had the football game, and then last night was my fault. I just procrastinated and took longer to do something that I needed to do, and all of a sudden it was like 10:30 and I was like, uh-oh. So then when my alarm goes off at 5:30, I'm like, no, I'm not getting up. And I have been keeping my phone in the other room like I talked about in a prior video, but then I've been going to get it, taking it back to bed with me and setting the alarm for later. So that hasn't been working, and I need to sort of ponder about why that is and what I can do to fix it. Am I being really just too ambitious one way or the other? Like, trying to go to bed that early is just not realistic, or do I need to have less things that I want to get done between work and bed, because then I will be able to go to bed that early, you know what I mean? So we'll see. The good news is I'm not, like, it's not good news, but I'm not working out during lunch today. There is no class I'm taking. Today is a rest day. So the reading I didn't do this morning, I'm going to do during lunch. So I brought my book with me to work, and I will get that done during lunch. So at least I can check that habit off the list. I'm in my favorite place, Times Square. Just kidding. Times Square is not my favorite place. Let's be real. Dodging tourists and tour bus is definitely not my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. But I will say, Times Square has this vibe that's just really hard to describe or explain until you've been there. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. So as much as I hate it, sometimes I come here and I'm like, yeah, this is New York. Like, just being in Times Square kind of just has that New York feel. Look who I found wandering around New York City. For y'all who don't know, and if you don't, you're probably living under a rock. This is Kristen of Chrissy and Designs, who I talk about a lot on this channel. If you watch any of my Plan With Me's, there's gotta be at least one, if not the whole darn kit. But she's here in New York with her family. They are here mostly to, I feel like, see a lot of shows.
Yes.
That's like the biggest thing that you'll do here.
Yes.
And they like the cold. Well, or they want to experience the cold temporarily. She like wishes for snow when she comes to visit. I'm like, can you not? Because I don't want the snow.
It's funny because like pretty much everyone on Instagram, when I asked, they said no snow. I'm like, but I want it.
But she wants it. Well, yeah, but all those other people that voted, they probably don't live here. So that's
true.
not fair.
That's true.
That's not fair. I actually like don't want the snow. And now we're headed to go get some bagels. The best bagel place that I know, which is up here in the Upper West Side. It's called Absolute Bagels. Although, I don't know if I've ever been for dinner. I feel like I've never had bagels for breakfast, but I can't imagine they're any different, so we'll see. I feel like such a tourist. So I got out of the subway and I'm looking for the bus to go across town, and I like feel very turned around. Like, I don't know, in my head the bus stop should have been on one particular corner. So I'm like looking, I must have this confused look on my face, and some guy is like, do you know where you're going? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for the bus stop. And he points at the bus, and I was like, no, but I want to go the other direction. And he was like, are you sure? Because the other direction is just water. Oh, you're right, I want to go that way. So anyways, I felt like an idiot. I've lived here for like 6 years. I should know what direction I want to go to get home. So I just left Petco to get a new toy for Charlie. I have been trying to have some Charlie time each day, more than just like pets and snuggles, but that's what I want. But I know that she needs more like active play. I mean, she's home alone all day. And so I've been trying, we have toys at home, but she's like not into them. And I don't know if she's just not into it or is that she's just over that toy. So I got a new one. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Maybe she'll be into this. I also want to get her something that she can play with when I'm not at home. So if you have any recommendations for like a play by themselves cat toy, it's very specific, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to get her something, and even if it's something that I don't leave out all the time, maybe I just bring it out when I go to work and it sits in the middle of the living room while I'm gone, and then when I get home I put it away. Something like that. I don't know. I just feel like Charlie needs a little bit more activity in her life, and that's one of the things I want to do for her. So I am headed home now to do like basically everything that was on yesterday's to-do list that I didn't do because I hung out with Kristen, which I don't regret in the slightest. And then I could have gone home and done things when I got home, but I didn't. I hung out with Sam and then I went to bed early. So all those videos I was gonna film yesterday, didn't film them. Not even one. And I really need to get those done before my mom comes. So today's the day. I'm gonna do them today. I'm gonna go home, freshen up, because this isn't cute. I had a lazy day at work. All my meetings were calls. So I was like, why am I gonna try my hair and makeup? And sometimes I regret that. Sometimes I'm like, because you feel better when you try. When you actually try with your hair and your makeup and your outfit, you just feel better. You feel happier. So just do it. But some days I just can't justify it. I don't know. Tell me how you feel about that. Like, do you feel like, nope, you should get ready 100%? You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know who you're gonna run into. You never know what opportunity is gonna come your way. So you should just be ready to go. Like, what if someone had called me even like, hey, I have an extra free ticket to this thing tonight, you want to come? And I'm like, I feel like a bum, right? So maybe I should just not do that. Maybe I should try every day. Okay, I think I just talked myself into that. Maybe that'll be a new habit. It's kind of too late for January, and I don't really want to add anything new in January, but maybe I'll think about that as a February one. Does that fit in my power sheet somewhere? We did it! We made it to Friday. Oh, it's finally Friday and I am leaving work for the weekend, which I'm really excited about because my mom is in town. So she actually was in town all week for work, but she was staying out in Hoboken and they were working out of their Hoboken office. So I hadn't seen her all week. She's just been on the other side of the river, but now she has moved. She's already at my apartment actually. She's playing with Charlie and she's spending the weekend with me. And we're gonna have some girl time because Sam had to take an impromptu trip for a family emergency. So we are just gonna have some us time, some mom and daughter time. We were originally supposed to go meet her friend for dinner who was also in town, not like from work for the same thing, but a different friend. And so we were gonna meet in like one neighborhood and I was trying to come up with dinner ideas for that neighborhood. And then my mom texted me and was like, well, she's backing out. So now I think we're just gonna try and go grab something to eat near the apartment, just because it's easier on the Upper East Side. So I sent her 3 options that she can pick from. I sent her my favorite BYOB sushi place that I love, although I might not drink tonight because I've talked about this. I feel like this is a tangent. I'll come back to that. Okay, the other option was Italian, because it's New York. There's always good Italian food. And then the third option was this tapas place, which I did take her and my sister to when they were in town. They have a great happy hour. But when we got there, the happy hour only applies if you sit at the bar, like the bar area. They have tables and stuff, not just the bar. But my sister was not allowed to sit at the bar. So we had to go sit at a regular table and we couldn't participate in the happy hour. So I was like, we could go do that happy hour. And she hasn't decided yet. So we'll see which one she ends up going with. So back to the other thing. I have mentioned this in various places before, but one of my big vices, I don't really like that word, is alcohol. I like the taste of alcohol. I like red wine and I like whiskey cocktails and I like margaritas. And so even if I'm like really good with my food, sometimes alcohol kills me, and then I don't lose any weight or I don't get healthy because I'm drinking too much alcohol. So I tried in July, I did a sober July where I didn't drink all of July, and it was awesome. I felt great, but what it really taught me was to be picky. Like the days that I might have normally drank because I was going out to eat or because I was at home on a Tuesday and I wanted a glass of wine, I didn't miss it on those days. But there were a couple of select events, like select days, select things that I did miss it. And I didn't miss like being drunk. I don't mean drinking alcohol from that perspective. I mean, I missed the taste of alcohol. I miss partaking in that. I will pick one day a week that I drink. And then I try to do it in moderation that one day, but one day. So I had already planned that my day for this week would be tomorrow because it makes the most sense. I have the whole day with my mom. We're doing the wine tour. We're going to watch a Cowboys game. Like I'm obviously going to drink tomorrow, but she's like, are you gonna drink tonight? I'm like, well, I don't know, because I actually didn't drink at all last week. No days, none of the days. So part of me does want to tonight because I like, especially if we go somewhere like Italian, sushi, like a glass of red wine sounds so good. But on the other hand, part of me is like, no, you said one day a week. It doesn't matter what you did last week, one day a week. So stay strong. I have a workout class in the morning. I'll feel much better if I don't drink. And then I'll be like ready and refreshed and ready to go for the festivities tomorrow. So I haven't quite decided yet. That is where we're at. So I am not trying to influence my mom on the decisions, but if I had to pick the one that I feel like I would be least tempted to drink, it would be the tapas place. I know that might seem backwards because they have a good happy hour for sangria and it's good sangria, but I feel like I would be so excited about all the different types of food, I would be less missing the drinks. So we finally decided on sushi. Well, I decided on sushi. She was like, I don't care. She didn't want to pick, even though I gave her 3 options. She would not pick. So I decided to go with sushi because it's the closest and it's cold. And I have fuzzy earmuffs. But because it's BYOB, first stop is the wine store to get wine to go with our sushi. I'm going to have it. Finally heading home. We went to the coolest bar. So she's obsessed with the dogs.
Yeah, I gotta stop because those dogs are keep.
She just loves the dogs. So there's this bar in my neighborhood that is an ice cream shop, but it's a bar behind the ice cream shop, and I've been meaning to go for so long. And they have apparently a very strict dress code. Whenever I'm this close to home, I'm like, I'm not dressed up. I'm in like very comfy clothes. So I've never gone, and I mean to go with Sam, and he's probably mad that I'm not going with him. We finished dinner, and there was a cocktail bar near the sushi place, and I was like, let's go there. But it was packed, like packed of people. And I was like, I don't want that light. I was like, I don't want to go there. Let's go to the speakeasy place. Let's go to the ice cream place. And it was really cool. Like, it was so cool. I want to go back. I want to try all the drinks on the menu. They have movie nights on Sundays. I just want to go back. So it was really awesome. If you're anywhere near the Upper East Side, I highly recommend. It's literally called UES, like Upper East Side. All right, and with that, I am going to close out this weekly vlog. I don't know if this one's going to be as long. I feel like I make statements about how long the vlogs are going to be, and then they're the opposite. So I'm just not going to say anything. It might be long, it might be short. We'll find out when we edit it. But I had a lot of fun hanging out with you this week. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like this video, if you like these weekly vlogs, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and weekly vlogs on Sundays. And don't forget to let me know in the comments how you embraced your word of the year this week. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. That sounds so stupid. And half shy shoots. So New Yorkers don't stop it. They just go. They just walk. That's backwards. You can't say that on the internet. Oh, I can't think of anything to say.